There are moments in history when armies didn't lift swords, when prophets didn't shout, when leaders didn't command with force. They sang. And somehow, walls fell, spirits shifted, and atmospheres changed. Music is not just entertainment. Across civilizations, across centuries, across religions, music has been considered a spiritual weapon. But why? What is it about rhythm, melody, and sound that makes humanity believe music can fight battles we cannot see? Tonight, we unveil the hidden power behind sacred sound. The battle that was won with sound. In the Bible, there is a powerful story in the book of Joshua. The people of Israel stood before the fortified city of Jericho. High walls, armed soldiers, no visible weakness. But instead of launching an attack with weapons, they marched. And they blew trumpets. The sound of the shofar, a ram's horn, echoed through the air. No sword struck the stone. No siege towers breached the gates. Yet the walls fell. For believers, this wasn't coincidence. It was proof that sound carries spiritual force. Music wasn't background noise. It was the weapon. When sound drives out darkness, another story tells of King Saul, tormented by a troubling spirit. No physician could cure him. No strategy could calm him. So they called a young shepherd named David. David didn't bring medicine. He brought a harp. As he played, peace filled the room. The torment lifted. Again, music wasn't decoration. It was deliverance. Islam. Sound as sacred recitation. In Islam, the recitation of the Qur'an is not merely reading. It is melodic, rhythmic, intentional. The Adhan, the call to prayer, rises above cities 5 times a day. Its sound pierces traffic, noise, and distraction. Believers describe it as spiritually grounding. It realigns the heart. Even without instruments, the human voice becomes the instrument. The weapon is not volume. It is vibration. Hinduism and Buddhism. The power of mantra. In Hinduism and Buddhism, repetition of sacred syllables, mantras, transforms consciousness. Om, a single sound. Yet millions consider it the vibration of the universe itself. Monks chant for hours, not to entertain, but to align body, mind, and spirit. Here, music is not about performance. It is about resonance. African spiritual traditions. Drums as communication. Across many African spiritual traditions, drums are more than instruments. They are voices. Drumbeats call communities together. They mark transitions. Birth, initiation, healing, warfare. Some traditions believe rhythms can summon ancestral spirits. The drum is heartbeat. The drum is memory. The drum is power. The science behind the spiritual. Modern neuroscience shows that music directly affects the brain. It releases dopamine, the reward chemical. It regulates heart rate. It synchronizes brainwaves. It influences mood, memory, and perception. Military forces use music to build courage. Protest movements use songs to unite crowds. Religious gatherings use worship to create collective emotion. Music alters atmosphere, psychologically and physiologically. So when religions call music a spiritual weapon, they may be describing something deeply neurological. Sound changes states of consciousness. And a changed state can change behavior, belief, courage, and hope. Music in modern spiritual warfare. Today, in churches around the world, worship songs are sung before sermons. In mosques, recitation prepares hearts for prayer. In meditation spaces, sound baths promise healing. Before minds change, atmospheres must shift. Music prepares the battlefield, not outside but inside. Anxiety softens. Focus sharpens. Faith strengthens. And sometimes, that internal shift is the true victory. But here's the deeper question. If music can uplift, can it also manipulate? History shows that regimes have used music for propaganda. Cults have used chants for control. Advertisers use jingles to shape desire. If music is powerful enough to heal, it is powerful enough to influence. That's why many religions treat it with reverence. They don't see it as neutral. They see it as force. Final reflection. The next time you hear a song that gives you chills, the next time worship makes you feel lighter, The next time a drum beat makes your heart race, ask yourself, is this just sound? Or is this power? Because long before science measured frequencies, long before speakers amplified sound, humanity already knew. Music changes worlds, sometimes quietly, sometimes loudly, but always deeply. If this opened your eyes, share it. Because understanding the power of music might just change the way you listen forever.